What to do if you're facing a counter-job offer situation. So first of all, what we need to do is rewind and reflect back on what led you to this position in the first place. Typically, that will be a number of broken promises that have left you feeling quite deflated. What we generally see these regarding is promised career progression that doesn't happen, support towards industry qualifications that keeps getting delayed, which prevents your skills and knowledge being developed, and change in remuneration, whether that's a salary rise, improvement in bonus structure, or change in commission split. To be fair to the businesses, we need to first do one thing. We need to consider how your requests have been made. If they've been made on an informal basis, just dropping into conversation with the managers, it's understandable that the business might not be genuinely aware of your desires, and so they've not put those promises in place because they haven't been aware. However, if you've mentioned them on a repeated basis, especially during formal reviews, and they keep getting pushed back, or there's always another reason why not, it can be understandable why you felt deflated. This has probably led you to look at what else is on the market, and at this point you've most likely got another job offer on the table. And I'd hope that that ticks all your boxes and you're not compromising just to get out of the business you're in. You've got something that genuinely help you in your next step. So then we've got to consider, when you put your resignation in, what the business will do next. Typically, what we can imagine will happen is the business will want to give you a counter offer. The reason for this is because all of the time and investment already put into you, combined with the risk and uncertainty of finding a replacement, the time to find someone else, and then also the costs of hiring them, can all mean that those short-term changes in your package will far outweigh the alternative of having to get someone else. So you'll typically see your promises now being delivered upon. That progression you so desired is going to happen. The support to qualifications, you're going to get your exam booked or the study support put through to you. You might see a salary rise, you might see that change in bonus structure. That's all great. But being in the industry, I see counter job offers every so often, and those who do accept the counter job offer, it's not all it's cracked up to be. And you've got to think about this from an outsider view. If you accept that counter job offer, they are going to put those short-term things in place for you fairly quickly. But will it stay for the long term is a question. Typically what we see is that they don't. The reason for this is because a level of trust has now been broken. The fact you looked elsewhere and you had a job offer on the table and you put your resignation in means that what's to stop you doing that again? You clearly were unhappy in this current business. And so any investment into you now needs to be done with a fair degree of hesitancy, because any further investment will just make that, when you do look to resign, an even bigger difference in terms of having to find someone else, an even greater loss in investment. Plus, it can also have an impact on the team. If you've now been given a higher package compared to your colleagues, they may feel a little bit aggrieved. Why are you on a better package than them? You're only on a better package because you went to leave. It could be fair thoughts that your colleagues are feeling, and it could then cause a little bit of friction between you and the other team members, something you don't really want. Also, you've got the aspect of the devil you know versus the devil you don't. So when considering a counter job offer position, you've got the other business who's prepared to give you those promises and that progression you so desired. And they were willing to do that to someone they don't really know inside out. Where you've got your current business who've maybe taken you for advantage in some situations, or maybe just not valued you for what you feel you are worth. And so whilst the devil you know is a safer option, it doesn't always mean it's what's right for you in the long term. So do consider that with some degree of thought, because also that new business could be the right step for you, could give you the belief in yourself again, could give you a new opportunity for you to push your career forwards. So sometimes the devil you don't know could be as good. So I hope these have been some insightful things for you to consider. What you've also got to remember is you'll never know what the alternative outcome was. So if you turn down that counter offer and you proceed with the offer you do have on the table with the new business, you will never know what it would have been like to stay in that business. On the flip side, if you turn down that counter offer opportunity, even though the new business says they might still have the door open for you, it might not be the same offer when you come back again. Because again, you've had a good thing on the table, but you turned it down. So where you feel a little bit deflated that your current company didn't progress with you, it could be the same feeling for the business you turned down. They offered you something good and you turned them down. They could feel deflated. And so next time round, the offer might be a little bit different. So you've just got to decide what's right for you, your family and your career, and go with it. You'll never know what the alternative was, and you've just got to put your all into it and make sure it then becomes the right decision for you.